I officially became a smoker when I was about 17 or 18. At first, I smoked in secret, hiding from my mom. But once she caught me, the secrecy was all gone, and there were no more boundaries. At that age, smoking felt like fashion, like something that everyone is doing. All of my friends, they smoked. And I also believed it was a way to relieve stress. And because my mom used to say, coffee and a cigarette are my only pleasure, I adopted that belief as my own. And smoking became part of my life for more than 10 years. And of course, I was able to stop during the pregnancy and during the breastfeeding, but each time it was harder and harder to quit. And it took me longer to quit. And deep down, I always knew I would go back to smoke as soon as I could. I even stopped breastfeeding earlier to be able to smoke. But then during COVID, something shifted. I started dieting and fasting to stay healthy and to avoid all of the doctors. And one day I thought to myself, what the fuck? If I can change my diet overnight, why I cannot stop smoking? And that's when I turned to self-talk. Insight meditation, self-hypnosis, call it whatever you like. And I ask myself, why do I smoke? What am I really running away from? Does it help me in the long term? Does it align with my idea of being healthy? Or am I just being hypocrite? And something changed immediately. The first day, the cigarette didn't taste the same. And each day I managed to delay my first cigarette a little longer. Until within a few days, I realized that what I actually needed, it wasn't a cigarette at all. What I needed was, when I was stressed, I needed a minute outside. When my kids went crazy at home, I just needed to go outside. And when I was bored, I needed something to do. So instead of smoking, I went shopping. Maybe not the perfect substitute, especially for your husband's wallet, swapping smoking for shopping, but it worked for me because I lost so much weight that I needed new clothes and I couldn't afford to buy new. I had to hunt in charity shops. I went from size 12 to size 8, and that gave me motivation and reason to keep moving forward. So this is how self-talk helped me to quit smoking. And I want to tell you the mechanism behind it. What really happened here is that I broke subconscious associations around smoking. For years, my brain linked cigarettes with relaxation, with pleasure, with stress relief, and identity. But through self-talk in meditation, I challenged those beliefs and I create new ones. In hypnosis, this is called reframing. When you take a belief and you say it and you see it from a new perspective. For example, instead of I need a cigarette to relax, I started realizing that I only need a moment outside. Instead of thinking that smoking is my only pleasure, I reframe it as I can find the pleasure somewhere else, in that case, shopping. My self-talk also worked with the laws of the mind. The law of concentration. The more I focused on being healthy, the more real it became. The law of reverse effect. I stopped forcing myself to quit. Instead, I just delayed and replaced the habit, which made the things easier. And the law of dominant emotion. My desire for health and freedom eventually becomes stronger than my old emotional attachment to the cigarettes. In short, I reprogrammed my subconscious by questioning my old beliefs and replacing them with new ones, and letting my emotions align with my new identity. And this is how self-talk helped me quit smoking.